So the Tesla Model Y was revealed on March 15th, 2019, and now exactly a year later, the Model Y is officially delivering. The Model Y is the follow-up to the Model 3, and it's built out of about 75% of the same parts as the Model 3 itself. And this particular version is the performance model. So this is going to get about 280 miles of range, but depending on which trim you can get up to 316 miles of range on the Model Y. So these are the 21-inch Uber turbine wheels. Alternatively, with the performance version, you could get the 19-inch Gemini wheels, or with the all-wheel drive, you can choose between the 19-inch Gemini wheels or the 20-inch induction wheels. This car also has the performance upgrade package, which includes these red brake calipers, and they look really nice. So the Model Y has 8 cameras all around the car, and those all contribute to the Autopilot system, which is one thing that Tesla is very much known for. You'll also notice various radar sensors around the car, as well as these tow eye covers, which are on the front and the back. The biggest thing to notice about the Model Y is this incredible panoramic glass roof. So the first thing you'll notice is it's in 3 chunks. The first is the windshield portion, then you have a huge portion from here all the way to where the hatchback starts, and then you have the hatchback portion. So not only does this glass roof look really cool from the inside, and also from the outside, depending on what your opinion is, it also helps with visibility in the inside, and it adds headroom because there's only a piece of glass there, and it's very safe. Other than that, this car is pretty standard. It's got 4 doors, a trunk, but it does have a frunk, which we'll get to in a second. But then the door handles are flush, as you'll notice, and you press in on one side, then open it, good to go. So the key for the Model Y isn't a key at all. It's actually a key card that fits in your wallet, or you can use your smartphone as well. But for this key card, what you do is you just tap it to the side of this pillar. Mirrors fold out, unlocks, you're good to go. So not only is the ground clearance higher on the Model Y than it is on the Model 3, you also notice that the seats themselves are on risers, so it's much easier to get into. I basically just fall back and I'm on the seat right here. So once you're inside, you'll notice great visibility. It's really great. Right above you, you see the start of that whole panoramic glass roof, and then you have the windshield right here. And it's really something you can't totally experience until you sit in the car itself. So to adjust the seats on both the passenger side and the driver's side, it has these various controls. It has a pretty good range of motion here. I'm gonna bring it all the way forward for the driver. It goes very far forward. Now let's go all the way back. Keep going. Wow, that is comfy. And then of course you can recline or bring the seats up. So here's as far forward as it's gonna go. This is made to be laid down in. Wow, that is a great view though. And then on top of that, you can of course lower it or raise it. So this is with the seat all the way down. It's about 26 inches from the actual ground all the way up to this seat. So now that it's raised up all the way, we're looking at about 28 inches or so, and that's to this lip. It's not to where the actual seat dips down to, but definitely pretty high off the ground. Now if we measure from the actual floor of the car itself, it's about 13 inches. And now I have it all the way down, and it's a little less than 12 inches or so from the ground of the car, the floor of the car itself, to where the lip of the seat is. So the interior of the Model Y is very simplistic. You'll notice almost no physical controls up here. Basically, you have this large touchscreen that controls almost everything. You have your steering wheel. This steering wheel has 2 stalks. This one controls your gear selection, and then this one controls your windshield wipers and headlights. And then you have these scroll wheels on the steering wheel itself. Each of these scroll wheels controls different things depending on which app you're in. So the left one is volume for certain apps, and the right one is going to control cruise control and such, but it varies. And then of course the touchscreen controls almost everything from music to your autopilot controls, even your windshield wiper settings. Pretty much everything is based on this touchscreen. For most people who own the Model 3, they haven't really minded the fact that there's nothing directly in front of you. Your speedometer and everything is going to be right here on the left side of this screen. But some people have complained that there's no heads-up display, and that isn't in the Model Y. There's also no heated steering wheel either. So this is the center console, and what you'll notice is new in the Model Y is that this is a wireless charging pad right here. So if we open this up and lift it up, there's going to be a USB-C port right here that the wireless charging pad is actually connected to, and there's a USB-A port as well right next to it. So a lot of people use their Sentry mode drive in that USB-A, but there's also a USB-C here, which is currently being used by the included charging pad. But if you wanted to change it to something else, you could definitely do so. And then you have your extra space here. You push that in, you have your cup holders. Now if you open up this part of the center console, you have this little tray and even more storage down in here. All right, so now I'm sitting in the back, and these are 3 independently folding seats, 2 side ones and the center one. And the center one also turns into an armrest, and it has cup holders right here. And on top of that, for the third passenger, if you put this up, this retracts and it's a headrest. Now what's especially nice about these seats is that this is the standard position, but they're also able to recline just a little bit. So we press this switch on the back here. Can recline all the way to here. I'll recline this seat. So now I'm reclined all the way back, and it's pretty comfy, and the view is especially amazing. But I will say I'm 5'10", and my head is hitting this pillar right here when I'm 5'10", and also have it all the way reclined. But if I use the headrest a little to help out, gets a little better, but I'm still gonna end up bumping that. So if you're 5'10" or taller back here, you're probably gonna need to not be in the full recline position. If I move forward even just one setting, it'll be no problem because of this amazing glass roof. So right here is the back of the center console, and these are vents for your rear passengers, and then 2 more USB-C ports. So you can use those in the back, or if you want, you could just use a longer cable and connect your device to the front through these extra USB-C ports if for some reason you need to be charging 4 things in your car at once. So now when I measure the distance from the ground, the actual street itself, up to the seat, it's about 26 inches in the rear. So now when I measure from the floor of the car to the seat, it's about 14 inches or so. It's gonna be a little bit less depending if it's being pushed down with your body weight, but it's overall pretty comfortable, and it's got some good legroom. So the Model Y comes standard with rear tinted windows. So this window, this little tiny window, and especially the hatchback itself is all tinted. And when you look in through the hatchback, you can't see anything. So now let's open up what the best feature of this car is, the hatchback trunk. So here is the open hatchback trunk. Very deep, as you can see. I'm reaching in here. It's about, I don't know how to judge that, but it's 44 inches from here to here. And it has these side cubbies that are very deep. And a lot of people have complained that there's no cargo cover or cargo shelf, but I don't know. It's so dark with the tint, I don't know that it's really that necessary. The other option you have, since you don't have a cargo cover, is these understorage compartments, which are very big. These pull out, and you have a lot of space right here. Then you have a second understorage compartment right here. Not quite as deep, but still they're fitting the Tesla charging cables there right now. And it's maybe about 4 to 5 inches from here to here. And then in here you can fit a carry-on suitcase, no problem. We got a pretty thick backpack here, no problem. So then on top of this space that we have right here, when we close this up, there's this whole side cubby, and it's very deep. When I put my arm down in there, it's got a lot of space to deal with. And now my favorite feature of this car is that these seats will fold automatically with these switches on the back. So right here, this switch is going to control the left and center seat, folds them down automatically, and then this switch controls the right seat. And now you have this huge cargo capacity. And then to close the hatchback, you just press this button, or you can press the button on your phone or on the touchscreen itself. Let's close it here. And now the feature that mostly only electric cars have, the frunk. So this frunk is a little bit larger than what you would have on a Model 3, and overall, it looks really great. I know you can definitely fit a carry-on suitcase in here, no problem. Looks to me like you could fit quite a bit more as well. Definitely most of the groceries that I would get at the store I could fit in here. And then up here, something you'll notice is this kind of donut seal that is different than the Model 3, and it probably helps keep moisture or anything else out of the frunk. One thing you Model 3 fans will notice out there is that these hinges are different than what is on the Model 3 frunk. Now, since this is the performance version of the Model Y, it also has this carbon fiber spoiler, so you're not going to get this on the all-wheel drive version, but it looks pretty nice. One thing Tesla fans are probably used to and probably tired of hearing about is panel gaps. And you can see there's some on this car that are a little bit bigger than normal. Overall, the build quality is great, but of course we're going to notice some imperfections. And then of course, since this is an electric car, you have your charging port right here. Charge your car, no gasoline. So the biggest advantage of owning a Tesla in general is the fact that you can get over-the-air software updates. And over time, this car is going to get better and better, and it's very possible this car itself could turn into a robo-taxi one day. And we still haven't even talked about what it's like to actually drive a Tesla or what it's like using Autopilot. There's so many more things to talk about in the Model Y itself. So in the meantime, this is the performance Model Y. I'm waiting on my all-wheel drive Model Y. I can't wait to get it. This storage space is fantastic. Looking in the trunk here, using the under storage compartments, I could possibly fit drums in here with the seats folded up. Not 100% confident in that anymore, but knowing that the seats fold down, it'll be no problem for me. As a successor to the Model 3, this car is probably going to be very successful. Elon Musk himself said they expected to outsell the Model S, X, and 3 combined, and I expect it to do so. It's very useful. Those seats fold down super easily. There's a ton of storage space back here, and it's improved on a lot of things that the Model 3 had issues with. Special thanks and congratulations to Rod and Joy for letting me check out their brand new Model Y today. I really can't wait to get mine, and they are one of the first. They picked this up in Carlsbad and they invited me along, and it's just really awesome to see this brand new car in midnight silver metallic. Again, this is the performance version of the Model Y with the performance upgrade, and I'll keep you posted on everything else we're hearing about the Model Y. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to stay up to date on everything Model Y, Tesla, and tech. And like this video if you found it useful. And thanks again. I'll see you on the next one. And these seats are gonna fold automatically, as long as the front seat isn't too far back. Right here. Oh yeah, that's big. Thanks again for watching. If you're actually buying a Tesla, you can use my referral link in the description below, and that will get you 1,000 free supercharger miles and me as well. Right now, it doesn't actually qualify for the Model Y, but I really hope they're going to add that soon, so maybe by the time that you're watching this, the Model Y will be a part of that program. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.